What's up guys, it's Manga time once again with Bleach 529, Everything But the Rain Op 2, which I presume is opening 2. I'm still pretty ill, so I'm going to try not to lose my voice over the course of this video. Excuse me. So, this chapter starts off, not in a flashback, but in the Hoden Palace. Now when I saw this, I was like, oh, Kubo, you dog. You're pulling a chapter 478 on us again. Now, if you're not aware, a chapter 478 is where Kubo shows the beginning of a potentially very interesting flashback, Ginjo and Tsukishima, and then just doesn't do anything with it in the next chapter. So I was like, oh man, not cool, not cool. Luckily this isn't the case, and the Hoden Palace is still pretty interesting in itself. Basically, Uetsu addresses the fact that Renji didn't say anything about Ichigo getting booted out, which is something all of us wondered why. A lot of us had speculated, though, that it was because Renji knew he couldn't do anything to a Royal Guard member anyway, so what was the point? What it actually is, however, is that Renji agreed with Uetsu in silent agreement. He knew Ichigo would never complete the test, and he knew that Ichigo had to go, basically. So this is interesting, and Uetsu does reveal some nice things that, whoa, look at my hair. Some things that solidify some aspects of the plot. Basically, before Uetsu, there were no Zanpakutos. toes. Uetsu has crafted a Sauchi for every single Shinigami even in the Royal Guard. Which means, maybe that Uetsu is the oldest member of the Royal Guard? Not sure. And also that people like Kenpachi Zaraki, they stole a Sauchi and then imprinted their souls onto it. Same goes for Tosen, I think. So that's really interesting stuff. And he says that no one in the history of time has imprinted a soul without an Sauchi, but we know Ichigo has. So now Ichigo needs to know who he is, and he needs to find out why this is the case. I have one thing to bring up about this though. Ginjo Kugo, also born of a human and a Shinigami, also a substitute Shinigami. So how did he get a Sauchi? Because Soul Society would have had to have deemed him necessary before giving him a badge, or not so, I suppose. But to do so, he would have had to have fought Hollows probably with the Zanpakuto. How does he do that without having an Sauchi crafted for him? Why would he have had an Sauchi crafted for him if they didn't think he was any use? The only thing I can think of is maybe it was slightly different. Maybe Ginjo was a Shinigami before being made a substitute. I don't know why that would work like that. But yeah, that's a bit weird. Ginjo Kugo, what do you guys think? Leave a comment below. On to the main thing. We do return to the flashback. And this is good stuff. Basically, it starts off with Matsumoto, and she's wearing the little scarf thing that she wore when she first met Toshiro. Now, this puts the timeline at about 50 years ago. She runs into some Shinigami, she's like, give me that tray, and she throws it into the trees, and her captain falls out of it. And when he takes the tray away from his face... Is that Isshin? It looks completely different. Seriously, Isshin looks completely different. No beard, very thin face. About the only thing that looks the same is his hair. But the main important thing here, captain of the 10th Division, Isshin Shiba. Yes. 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 I called it, but then so did just about everyone else. Pretty much everyone called this, but it's very exciting nonetheless. The possibilities this opens now is so cool. It means the Kurosakis are directly related to the Shibas. I think it means that like Ichigo is Ganju, Kukaku, and Kayen's cousin. But this is so awesome. Finally, we're getting this sort of thing. Seriously, wow. There is one thing, however, which I'll get onto later. We then find out that we then get to see what kind of captain Isshin really is. And he's very like Matsumoto, actually. They're quite playful. He's a bit perverted sometimes. But, yeah, they're very playful. Matsumoto wants him to hurry up and do his work so that she doesn't have anything to do, so she can mess around. He doesn't want to do the work. So they go back to their barracks and they find third seat Toshiro Hitsugaya doing the work. And he does it all. And there's a very funny moment when Isshin sort of picks him up like a child. That's very funny. And then Isshin says that you're worthy of being captain. Matsumoto's like, why would you skip over me? And Toshiro says, yeah, my Bankai training is going really well, actually. So that's why Toshiro gets picked next. Toshiro then brings up this report about the Shinigami representative in this city called Nashiriki or something like that getting killed. And then in the last month, 2 more that have been sent there have been killed. So Isshin runs off. Like, he doesn't even bother telling them. Like, he doesn't even say, follow me, and Toshiro surmises that it's because he knows it's dangerous, so he wants to go alone. So I'm wondering to myself, what is killing these representatives? Quincy? You know, could it be Quincy, or could it be a hollow? And then I thought about it a bit more, and I think it's probably Gran Fisher. The reason I think this is because it was explicitly stated that for 50 years Gran Fisher was killing Shinigami. So yeah, that would make sense because, you know, it's a 50-year-ago timeline. Anyway, Isshin runs off. And then he goes to what I thought was the 12th Division, but it's not. Well, I don't think it is anyway. And we see 3 people who we're very, very used to seeing. Tosen, Gin, and freaking AIZEN. Oh man, so excited. So excited. It might not be present timeline, but it's good enough. You know, it's awesome to see him again. And it's really cool to see Gin and Tosen again, you know. I'm a huge Tosen fan. Gin's freaking awesome. But it's just cool to see they're not forgotten after their death. You know, it's cool for them to come back. Interestingly here, all 3 of them are captains, which means this is after Shinji's gone, which Aizen himself says. He says that they need to track down Shinji Hiraku's gang. But also Gin's not a lieutenant, which means this is slightly... So Aizen's not just become a captain, but the other 2 probably have just become captains. So basically what happens here is they're still testing holification, and Aizen says that when they find Shinji's gang in the real world, they can do some holification tests, as well as capture the gang, so it'll be 2 birds with 1 stone. And then he ends by saying everything's going according to plan. We know that it doesn't go according to your plan, Aizen, so too bad. But yeah, anyway, that's the chapter. Freaking awesome, I'm so excited for this. It is looking to be another Turn Back the Pendulum, only called Everything But the Rain this time. So excited. Oh my god. So, interesting things, however. If this is about 50 years ago, then it's about 50 years after Shinji and that lot got booted out of Soul Society. So, what this means is, a lot of people were speculating that Isshin was going to be the dead captain of 10th Division that Shinji mentions, but clearly he's not. He's clearly just a newbie captain that comes in. So that was really interesting. Maybe, I was thinking, maybe Gran Fisher is another one of Aizen's inventions, another one of his hollows that he created. Because I do reckon it's probably going to be Gran Fisher who's waiting for Isshin at the city. But yeah, that's kind of the chapter, folks. Awesome to see Isshin. Oh man, finally getting these answers. Finally. Oh, so cool. So cool. But yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Let me know in the comments below what you think. When do you think this is set? 50 years ago? I think it's probably 50 years ago. What do you think about seeing Isshin as a captain? What do you think about seeing Isshin as a Shiba? Awesome. Give yourself a pat on the back if you saw that coming. And don't forget to subscribe, guys, and catch you next time. See you later.